Today's AskReddit post. What's the most annoying thing about a dick? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. They're so needy. Think of all the carnage throughout history, caused by someone wanting someone else to touch their dick. Empires crumbled. Careers ruined. Families destroyed. Lawyers enriched. It is a small member that boasts great exploits. This sounds like the pale blue dot speech. Was that the intent? Haha. Having to pee really bad, but having a boner at the same time. The lean of doom. I had to repaint the wall above my toilet because I had rubbed the paint off in a hand-shaped pattern from always leaning in the exact same way. No matter how many times you flap it, one ducking drop of pee will end in your pants. No matter how much you shake and dance, last few drops fall on your pants. My dad. It's a body part that for some of us can change size, shape and stiffness significantly, and we have no direct conscious control over it. Big, hard and sticking straight out when it's inconvenient, unresponsive when you want it, and every body's is a little bit different, so you never know quite what to expect. Volatile creatures. They are. The Urban Dictionary entry for trouser snake is just glorious. Spits a venom that causes 9 months of swelling. Peak internet. It can't suck itself. Why is no one working on this? Have you seen the June 2 popcorn bucket yet? It can get caught in a zipper. How did you get the beans above the frank? Beans stay where they are. Skin on bottom of frank got snagged a few times. It has a mind of its own. It can be very manipulative. Not the dick, but balls stuck to leg on hot days can get annoying. I once asked my 4-year-old why he was walking funny. That thing under my wiener is stuck to my leg, so I tell him yup, that's sack leg bud. Every guy deals with it. To which he says okay. I got an interesting email the next day from his teacher about his new vocabulary. Keeping the lawn trimmed around it. You trim your pubes for aesthetics. I trim them for comfort. We are not the same. It's a weak spot that everyone knows about. Sometimes when you try to ignore a boner it just gets harder to the point where it hurts. As a woman, this happens to me too. With nipples. Ignore it. Ignore it and just that thought seems to get them bigger/harder. There's a name for this that escapes me. It's like aiming at anything but the one thing in the way and hitting it because your brain is actually focused on it. When they are your boss. My dick was often the boss of me when I was a teenager. Mine's like keeping a pet bull in a cage in a china shop. Touching the toilet bowl/water when pooping. The witch's kiss. I've always heard the witch's kiss is when you're pooping and the get a splash back to your booty hole. We all get judged about size one way or another, and it's something we have no control over at all. When I realized I had a good one, I kept waiting to be given a prize. No trophy, no money, not even a ribbon. All I got was carpal tunnel. I wish I was joking. Yeah, unfortunately I'm a male attracted to other guys. And it turns out a lot of other guys don't appreciate a large dick in their ass. I would honestly trade for a slightly smaller one if I could. It has a bad habit of erections at the worst possible times. NRBs, no reason boners. Particularly insidious during middle school. Yep. Every morning in history class. Regular as clockwork. Thank goddess I had a notebook. It's constantly flopping about any time I wear any form of loose shorts/sweats. Thank God for compression shorts. The underwear that has the literal dick and ball sack is amazing. Keeps everything in place. Why? Are we talking like the kind that's a NSFW sheath, or the old where it's extra room for the bits? It can get hard for absolutely no reason, and in the worst situations. Treasure your youth. The only way I'm getting rock hard is if they discover squishier rocks. Having to painstakingly dismantle and clean it at least once a month. Detachable penis. 2 things. 1. Every time I get out of the shower, my girl says give me a helicopter. She won't stop until I do. She's 42. 2. I'm the perfect height that when I let my dogs out, I get whacked right in the dickhead. Every single time. I do the same to my husband and I'm 43. He likes it though. He gets a big smile on his face and starts twirling away like a majorette in the massive Thanksgiving Day parade. This is a reason to get married. Erections outside of intercordial business hours. General awkward discomfort. Don't get me wrong, I would never trade what I have for childbirth or period cramps. But having external reproductive organs just feels clumsy and uncomfortable when they aren't causing great pain. Vaginas look like they are very comfortable to have. Bike seats are just not designed for a dick and balls. You don't feel your vagina most of the time, but it's still leaking constantly, unless you're lucky, which means wet crotch on the regular. Labia also feel everything you're wearing and can get pinched. I hate how lint sticks to it so easily when untucking it from my sock. That reminds me of a joke one of the old timer Texans at work told me a long time ago. Two men are peeing off a bridge. One is from Texas and one is from Arkansas. The one from Arkansas says, "Man, this water sure is cold." The one from Texas says, "Yeah, and it's deep too." Unreliable stream. Split steam is always an unpleasant surprise. I keep finding them in my ass. Lucky. Really? Random like. I wish. Twin streaming because of a small blockage caused by lint or a hair. Or dried semen / precum. Or peanut butter. Knocking it on something. Bangkok. They're always running for office. Having the urge to pee while pooing but you're stiff. Your thing is hard, so you have to forcefully bend it 180 degrees downward, even if it hurts you. Then you have to push it through the tiny gap between your toilet and your legs, so that you don't pee on the ground. Do you mean you get hard while pooping? Morning wood. Giant turd pushing against your prostate. Random boner. You think about that one girl for a split second. It's the 5th odd Tuesday of the year. All valid reasons to have a boner while pooping. Or I guess jerking it on the toilet. But I'm civilized. I would never do that. I hate how small mine is. I have to bend it over slightly while using the bathroom to avoid pissing on my balls. This can become a rap lyric, EASILY * pissin' on my bowels vivo. Pissing with a boner. It becomes a fucking sprinkler, bro. His best friend's are nuts and his neighbor is an asshole. Sitting on them. I find that issue more prevalent with the guys below him. Me, mid-50s. Hey little guy. Come out and play. Richard. Snores away. Greater than sign. My wife. It's okay. Honey. I still love you. Later. While I'm about to give a presentation and there may have been a truck honking, or a bird flying, or on a day ending in Y. Richard, I'm here, now, ready to play. Happened when I was 17. Still happens now. No control over it. It's like it has a brain of its own. The spacing in the comment has me thinking it's the one who wrote this. Dick was smashing the spacebar like. Look, I can't help. Random erections are the worst thing to happen to me. And possibly to other guys. If I'm wearing anything but jeans, the bulge will be quite noticeable. I could be eating with my family, or going on a night out with friends. I could think of an intercourse image for 1 second, and the day/night is already ruined. If you didn't already know, you can get rid of it by tensing your thigh muscles as hard as possible for a few seconds. If you feel one coming on, you can stop it in its tracks. It's not too difficult to play this off as just stretching. Where were you 40 years ago when I could have used this information? Lol. If you don't control that MF, it will control you. That, for a second brain. It's really stupid. It will without hesitation or a second thought take you places you normally wouldn't go wearing a full suit of armor. Really limits clothing options for the bottom half. I used to work with a guy who had a bulge the size of a grapefruit. We were supposed to wear jeans, but he got away with wearing tracksuit bottoms because he couldn't physically wear jeans. There was a lot of discussion as to whether he had a fire plug, a coiled snake, or just mega nuts. He wasn't saying. When someone actually did ask him, his only response, in broken English, was "It's my ducking dick." He was also well known because when he took a dump in the porta potty you could hear him screaming at his poop to come out, "Poop Methodica. Out. Now," or something similar at full volume. The poop thing made me laugh more than it should have. It doesn't get used enough. How much we neurotically compare dick size. Standing ovation for no reason. I have just learned more about dicks than I need to know. Keeping it contained. FLOPPY. Drops of pus that come out after the fact. No matter how much you try to shake them out. Its sensitivity has mood swings worse than a 14-year-old girl. One day you find out somebody cut a piece off it. Then people act like you are the weird one for feeling entitled to have all of your dick. Circumcisions is ducking weird. And my body my choice should apply to everyone. Honestly wasn't sure where you were going with that one, but glad we were just talking foreskin. I think it's kinda funny that in any other context cutting off a piece of someone else's dick would result in prison time. The only reason circumcision doesn't is tradition. If circumcision didn't exist and was invented today and somebody advocated to do it on infants that most likely wouldn't need it, we would think they were a lunatic. The many ways you can hurt one without even meaning to. No matter how much I pray and wish, it won't get any better. Gets excited at the worst times. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.